Episode 206. Today we see what's happening down on the farm and are joined by Pirates 2025 11th round pick and current Bradenton Marauder, Dylan Palmer. You're listening to the Bucko Banter podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
One-on-one, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Or the steak by the plate, send in case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snakes.
Welcome back to another episode of Down on the Farm. Adam, we've got some big news to talk about and a fun interview to bring to you guys today.
Really fun interview. Had a blast talking with Dylan, the 11th round pick and current Bradenton Marauder. Middle infielder, utility guy, plays a little bit of everywhere. Just an absolute dog. You're going to really enjoy that interview. But first, some big news down on the farm. Connor Griffin, man. Talked a little about a little bit yesterday because it happened while we were recording. But Connor Griffin, number one overall prospect in baseball, is in Altoona. Going to finish the year in Double-A as a 19-year-old. Crazy.
The last teenager to make it to Altoona was Andrew McCutcheon in the Pirates organization. I saw that today. And I think what sets Connor apart from everyone else, he's the number one prospect in baseball, which I did not see coming. I don't think anyone saw this coming. I thought he was going to be talented. He was going to show a lot of upside, but not number one in all of baseball in his first season as a pro, as a teenager. But as a teenager, this kid has continued to show that he can adjust on the fly. And I think that's the biggest thing with prospects, with these young guys. You know, you can show all the raw power, you can show all the arm strength, you can show all the speed, but are you able to adjust on breaking balls, making you look silly in the middle of an at-bat? And he's done that time and time again. And he's done it from Bradenton to Greensboro and now Altoona. And Altoona is going to be a real test. Double-A is widely known as probably the toughest competition, I think, because you get to Triple-A, you get a lot of quad A guys. It's like a mixture, right? It's definitely a higher level, but I would say more top to bottom, stronger talent. And he's 19 years old playing there. He's probably going to finish the season there. I'm really excited to see him continue to grow. It's been one of the best stories in a very tough season for the Pirates. I just put in the back of my mind that we have Connor Griffin and he's coming soon.
I think the main difference, you talk about him succeeding at every level so far, really not going through any lulls. He's just a gamer. Like, put all the tools aside. We've talked to him multiple times on the show. Like, you know, the human being that he is and the type of competitor that he is. Man, he's got brains. Like, he's a smart guy, and he goes out there and he competes and he knows how to play and he plays hard. That's what you're going to get from Connor Griffin every single time he touches the field. And he's made that very, very clear from the Bridge League to Bradenton to Greensboro and now Altoona. Are we going to see him go through some type of slump eventually? Absolutely. You're going to see it with everybody. But he's just showed us at every single level, every single at bat, that he's going to compete. He's going to hit the ball hard. And if he's not doing that, he's stealing bases. He's getting on. And if he's not doing that, he's making diving catches in center field and at shortstop.
Yeah. He's contributing the game in one way or another. And there's not a person I have more confidence in when things are not going well to handle themselves appropriately. I don't even know if I want to say appropriately, but like in a professional manner. Like, this kid is a professional player, and he's been raised obviously by a coach, and it shows. The way he's handled himself, the way he talks about being a part of the Pirates organization, it's top class, man. I'm really excited. There's not enough good words out there to describe Connor Griffin. I'm so excited for him, and I really want to see him again before the season ends. So we're definitely going to get out to Altoona. If not, I know they have a series in Erie. We talked about, see how our schedules work out, but we'll definitely see the curve at least one more time before the season ends.
I know this is called Down on the Farm, but it might as well be called the Connor Griffin Show.
Yeah, for sure. 4-time player of the week, right?
Yeah, 4-time player of the week, 2-time guest, all-time dog. he's the man, dude. Out of this entire season where we've just been down in the dumps, bummed at for most of it. We always say Down on the Farm is an episode that you could dream on, something that you look forward to because of guys like this. Okay. Because of guys like Dylan Palmer, who you're going to hear from later today. It's just seeing these guys develop and turning into something special that could eventually help this organization gives a little bit of a bright spot on a cloudy day. So let's go through some headlines. And before we do, I want to mention Scott's gambling problem. It's really, really bad. Okay. He loses just about
my parents listen to this episode.
Every bet that he does, it's just loser after loser after loser. He tries to parlay like 20 things at a time. I say, Scott, that's not a good idea. He does it anyways. Okay. It's like $2 to win 2 million. Shoot your shot, I guess. The times that Scott uses Rhythm, the data backed, easy to use, no spreadsheets guide to gambling, he wins all the time. I'm like, Scott, why are you so happy? He's like, I just won because I used Rhythm to find the best return on investment. They even show you power trends to show what's going to be your best bet. You could download it now. Use code all caps just baseball 50. That's just baseball 50 for 50% off the whole year. That doesn't give you just access to baseball. That gives you access to everything. NFL season's coming up. I know Scott's going to put 20 parlays every Sunday, and he's going to win most of them. You know why? Why is that, Scott?
Because I use Rhythm.
Exactly. Download Rhythm, try it free for 7 days, and bet smarter when playing with Rhythm. Scott, why don't you go through some headlines down on the farm?
Yeah, I'll get us kicked off. Tuesday, Johan De Los Santos. I was telling you about him today. Younger brother of Yordani, who's in Bradenton. He's in the DSL. This week, he stole 7 bags in one game. Yordani has almost 50 stolen bags in Bradenton. I'm pretty sure Johan has 30 to 35 right now in the DSL. So the De Los Santos brothers have a need for speed. Yeah. Then we've got relievers Landon Tompkins and Mike Walsh heading from Greensboro to Altoona. This is a corresponding move along with Ryan Harbin and Wilkin Ramos going from Altoona to Indy. So some relievers moving around. I've talked about this organization having a plethora of relievers. And then Thursday, Xander Meath is headed back to the IL. Kind of a disappointing season for him. Adam, can you take us through the rest of the headlines?
Yeah, Saturday, the draft pick assigned to the affiliate 12th round pick, right-hander Cameron Keyshock, assigned to Bradenton, listed at 6'7" out of Sanford. And then Sunday, as we just mentioned, Pirates promoted top prospect Connor Griffin to AA. Axial Plaus promoted to Greensboro. And then friend of the show, Derek Berg, also promoted to Altoona, which brings us into the games this week. Starting in Indianapolis, they were at the Scranton Rail Riders, the AAA affiliate for the Yankees. The Indianapolis Indians right now are 69-50. Nick York on the week 7 for 27, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, 7 Ks, 2 stolen bags. Cam Devaney, 6 for 27 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and a walk. And then Rafael Flores, 4 for 23 RBIs, 2 walks, 4 Ks against his former team. Tuesday, Harbin AAA debut, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, 2 Ks. Cam Devaney hit his 20th on the year. Wednesday, Hunter Barco, 4 innings, 3 hits, no earned, no walks, 5 Ks. And then Wilkin Ramos debuted, 1 inning, 1 hit, no earned, 1 K. Thursday, Dari Moreta back in Indianapolis, had the save, 2 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Nick York went 3 for 5 with an RBI. Johan Oviedo took the mound on Friday, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks, gave up 2 bombs. And then Eddie Yeen had his 7th save on the year. Saturday, Bubba Chandler went 3 1/3, 6 hits, 4 earned, 5 walks, 5 Ks. Nick York started to get reps at first base because who isn't nowadays? Sunday, Nick York stole his 14th bag, which brings us to Altoona.
Altoona was at Richmond, the home of the Flying Squirrels, AA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. It's a long way to go from San Francisco, I'll tell you that much. But Altoona's 1 game under 500 at 56-57 to end the week. Tamar had quite the week, 11 for 17, 2 runs, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Averages up to 268. Big week for Termarr. Javi Rivas went 5 for 21, a double, a homer, 3 RBIs. Is Merlin Valdez 4 for 19, a homer, 6 RBIs, 3 walks, 8 Ks. Mitch Jebb started to hit a little bit again, 7 for 27, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs. He's at 261 on the year. Let's go into Tuesday's game. Antoine Kelly, 5 2/3, 2 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 4 Ks. That ERA is still at sub 250 at 241. Nick Samillo, I think he has like 7 home runs in the last 12 games, something like that. 2 for 5 with a double, his 12th homer, 2 RBIs. Termarr went 3 for 5 with an RBI. Wednesday, Samillo, another homer, his 13th. He also hit a double, had 2 RBIs. He's only hitting 228. As Merlin went 1 for 4 with his second homer in Double-A, 3 RBIs. Thursday, Wilbur Dotel, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned, no walks, 6 Ks. Termarr went 4 for 5 with a double. And then Friday, Termarr 2 for 3 with a double and RBI. Got that average up to 268. He didn't play the rest of the weekend. Don't know the full story there. But Saturday, it's Merlin Valdez, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Hitting 232, but I'll tell you what, the contact and swinging strike rates are actually better in Double-A than they were in Greensboro. So that's a really good sign. He just continues to hit and hit and hit. As Merlin, I think, is a legitimate prospect. I don't think Greensboro was a fluke just because Greensboro is a bandbox. I think this is a guy that, is going to continue to rise up prospect rankings. And then Sunday, Antoine Kelly, 2 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Brandon Benoit, 2 innings, no hits, 3 Ks. He's got a 108 ERA in Altoona. I wouldn't be surprised if he hits Indianapolis before season end. Javi Rivas went 2 for 4 with his first homer in Altoona, 2 RBIs, averages at 190 in his short sample size in Double-A so far. Adam, take us into the murderer's row of the Greensboro Grasshoppers.
Some might say the greatest team ever assembled. I know Scott's saying it. They were versus the Greenville Drive, the high A affiliate for the Red Sox. Greensboro right now 79-34, although they are going to be missing Babe Ruth, a.k.a. Connor Griffin, moving forward. Griffin on the week was 7 for 21, 5 runs with a double, 4 RBIs, 4 walks, 6 Ks, 6 stolen bags. Sammy Safura, 5 for 18, 2 runs, had his first home run in the Pirates system, 7 RBIs, 5 Ks with a stolen base. Peyton Stumbo went 3 1/3, 4 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Griffin on the same day had 2 stolen bags, 29th in Greensboro. Wednesday, Will Taylor went 1 for 4 with his 7th home run. Lonnie White Jr. hit his 11th on the year. Thursday, Connor Weekry, 4 innings, 5 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Sammy Safura went 2 for 3 with a double and 4 RBIs and took 1 bag. Callan Moss continues to hit 2 for 4 with his 3rd home run, 1 RBI. Man, that swing is quick and compact.
I'm buying Callan Moss stock. I'm not going to lie, dude. I like the guy a lot. I like the swing.
Electric. Absolutely electric. Friday, Jake Shirk, 2 innings, no hits, 3 Ks. Will Taylor went 3 for 4 with his 8th home run on the year, 3 RBIs, and had his 12th bag. Christian Curtis, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Sammy Safura hit his first home run. That was the home run that he hit on the week. And then Connor Griffin went 2 for 4 with a double RBI and a stolen bag. Sunday, Callan Moss hit another home run, 2 for 4 with 1 RBI. And then Easton Carmichael had his first home run in the Pirates organization, 2 RBIs on the day, which brings us to Bradenton.
Bradenton was across the state of Florida at Palm Beach playing the Cardinals low A affiliate. Your Donnie De Los Santos this week went 6 for 25, a double and RBI, 5 walks, 6 stolen bags. Tony Blanco Jr., 4 for 17, a double, a walk, 5 Ks. He's at 295. And Edward Florentino, 7 for 26, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 3 walks, 2 stolen bags. The guy does everything. He's hit 265. Tuesday, De Los Santos and Blanco had the only 2 hits of the game. Not a great offensive game for the Marauders. Wednesday, David Matoma went 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned, 1 walk, 1 K, 4.79 ERA. The second half has been not too friendly to David Matoma. This guy is just getting used to a full season workload, right? He's still young and working those innings up. So De Los Santos went 2-4 with an RBI and 3 stolen bags. He's got 46 on the year. I mentioned his brother earlier who had 7 in one game. So 3 is amateur, if you ask me. Thursday, Carlos Castillo, a guy who's pitched really well as of late. 4 2/3, 2 hits, no earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks. He's got 3.60 ERA as a 19-year-old in Bradenton. Florentino went 1 for 3 with his 9th homer on the year, 2 RBIs. He saved a run with an outstanding diving catch in center field. I mean, this guy is known to play first base, all outfield, 3 outfield positions, kind of Cody Bellinger-esque, if you will. And his instincts and routes in center field are extremely impressive, man. Extremely impressive. The guy's just an athlete, and I get why he's just soaring up prospect boards. Friday, Florentino, again, 2 for 4 with a double and RBI, his 26th stolen bag of the year. Tony Blanco went 3 for 4 with a double. He's hitting 316. Saturday, Matoma went 1 inning, no hits, 2 walks, 1 K. And Florentino went 2 for 4 with a double, his 10th homer of the year, 1 RBI. And then Sunday, a guy that I've mentioned before on this pod that pretty excited about, a young arm with a lot of upside, Reynald Navarro, a lefty. Command is the issue. His debut in Bradenton wasn't great, but he figured it out today. 2 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 1 walk, 6 Ks. So electric stuff. He's a guy that will probably repeat Bradenton next year, but a name to watch.
Who is our minor league player of the week, Scott? Yeah, we don't have one.
I was just going to say, I don't know. What do you think?
I think you probably just go Termar. Like 11 for 17 is
pretty crazy. Yeah, let's just do that. I'll just get rid of some of the categories. All right.
Okay.
Our minor league player of the week, our prospect of the week is none other than Termar Johnson. Played Tuesday through Friday. Didn't play Saturday or Sunday, but I'll tell you what, man, 11 for 17, not easy to do in professional baseball. Had 2 runs scored, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, only 2 Ks. Raised the average from like 246 to 268. Really impressive week by Termar. The bat has always been the calling card, so love to see that from him, and hopefully he's healthy and can continue the rest of the season in Altoona, or if not, maybe get a taste of AAA.
Good episode.
Yeah.
And we're not done yet. We're going to take a break real quick, and then we're going to be back with Dylan Palmer. But just a reminder, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for more interviews. Leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you go follow on all social media. Let us know who you want on Down on the Farm. The season's coming to an end. Hopefully the offseason is filled with many, many interviews of prospects in the Pirates organization. Take a break right here, Scott, and then we'll be back with the 11th round pick in the 2025 MLB draft and current Bradenton Marauder, Dylan Palmer. Now joining us on Bucko Banter is Pirates 2025 11th round pick and current Bradenton Marauder, Dylan Palmer. Dylan, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Dylan, welcome on, man. And first off, congrats on being drafted by the Pirates. Can you take us through what draft day was like for you and your family when you found out that you were drafted by the Pirates? You were the first pick.
Yeah, it was definitely hectic. It was a crazy day, exciting day, but it was probably one of the most stressful days of my life, to be honest. Yeah, so I woke up early, you know how the draft goes. So it was just a long, long day. And at the beginning, I got some calls from my agents saying that, a different team was going to pick me earlier in the day, and it just didn't end up going through with it. So, I had to wait a little bit longer than I expected to, but I really enjoyed being picked by the Pirates. They've been on me for a while, and, I'm excited, to keep playing with them. So,
Dylan, we always talk to all guys throughout the organization about earlier on in their career and their athleticism and playing multiple sports. And usually that's baseball, football, baseball, basketball. But I was going through your Instagram and it looks like you played some hockey. Is that right?
Yeah, I played hockey for about 10 to 12 years.
That's out of the ordinary for a lot of baseball players. How have you always, you come from a hockey family? How'd you balance the two? Were you playing competitively?
Yeah, I don't really come from hockey family. My mom enjoys hockey, but I started playing because of my second grade teacher. He was a hockey coach for like the local high school, and my best friend played hockey at the time. And at that time, I just quit playing like flag football. So, I was like, yeah, why not try hockey out? Yeah, I picked it up pretty quick, and I just fell in love with it. So, it's a great sport. I miss playing it a lot, but yeah, it definitely helped me to get where I am today.
Do you have a favorite team? And if so, are you willing to change it to the Penguins soon?
Yeah, I am a New York Rangers fan,
It's tough.
and
That's
I don't
tough.
know if I could
Killing
switch
us.
to the Penguins.
Yeah.
I think they had just got our coach, Mike Sullivan, right? Didn't he go to the Rangers? Yeah.
Mhm.
So okay, that might be a tough one, but a good hockey city in Pittsburgh for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But yeah, you mentioned the Pirates being on you for a while. Did you have so it sounds like you had a lot of conversations with them before the draft. Did you have a sense that they were going to be the team that picked you before they called?
Um, I wasn't really sure exactly. I had like two other teams that I really thought were going to pick me on draft day, and the Pirates were top three though because I went to one of their workouts at the end of summer and at PNC Park, and it was only like a couple of us there, and so I felt like I had a really good workout with them, and that they really could value some of my skill sets, and had a really good I was a really good relationship with the scout that drafted me, Eddie Charles, in the Northeast, and he came to watch me in the winter and was been on me for quite some time. So yeah, I kind of had a feeling, but you never know with draft day.
I can imagine that process being extremely stressful, but taking it back a little bit, coming out of high school, what was the recruitment process for you like going into college? Were you getting a lot of looks from different schools? Did you think you were getting overlooked? I know you had an excellent college career, but what was that process like, and where you ended up, how did that help you today?
Yeah, so I had a really slow recruiting process. I only had one Division 1 offer, which was Hofstra, and it was a walk-on spot. I was just a very undersized kid coming out of high school. I had the skill set, but just very raw and needed some like good coaching to help me out for my career. So, Hofstra took a chance on me. I had Division 3 offers to other schools, but I knew I could play at the D1 level. So that was my goal at the time. And, just throughout my college years, I just got very confident in myself and just was able to show, just good numbers like freshman to junior year. Like I was just able to be consistent, and I started to figure things out every single game, every single swing, everything. Like just kind of figure it out eventually. And I feel like that's what I did when I got there.
You said you weren't highly recruited out of high school. So at what point, it sounds like during college, did you realize like playing professional baseball might be a reality for you?
Yeah, so I mean, I would say after my freshman season, I thought one of my buddies got picked up by the Angels, and I was like, okay, like he's on my team. Like we had similar seasons that like I was like maybe I'm just a freshman right now. If I just keep developing and just working on my craft, like I could be there one day. And that was just something like on my mind, just all the time. Just like if he can do it, like I can do it, and it ended up working out. So yeah, really happy about it.
You ended up being the career leader, and correct me if I'm wrong, in triples, stolen bases, and career average at
Yeah, right.
Hofstra.
I
Is that
was
right?
around there, like in average and steals. I was like top three. If I had another year, then I probably would have broken them.
Right. It
But
looks like you had 82 bags, which is
mhm.
nothing to overlook. Is that a huge part of your game? Just speed, taking advantage on the bases, and I mean, stretching singles to doubles, doubles to triples.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was younger, I was like, okay, the way I'm gonna make it to college baseball and to pro baseball is if I just get really fast. I'm never gonna be like a 30 plus home run hitter, so I gotta get really good at my skill set, contact and speed. And so I did a lot of sprinting all through high school and all through college, just trying to get as fast as I possibly could. And I feel like that was the way that people were gonna know who I was.
Ironically, it feels like the Pirates have really emphasized that part of the game this year, especially. We're noticing we do this down on the farm episode every week where
Mhm.
we just recap the minor leagues. And even in Bradenton, especially, we talk about the speed at the top of that lineup. You got De Los Santos, I mean, Florentino stealing bags left and right. You had
Yeah.
Connor Griffin for a while. Do you think that's something? Have you noticed that as an organizational focus, or is it just the nature of the type of guys they're bringing in?
Yeah, I mean, the type of guys, everyone's a little bit different, but they want to maximize the base running value out of our team and every one of us and see like how, every single 90 matters in every game, every run matters. So just trying to maximize every 90, even if you're a fast guy, if you're not a fast guy, trying to get to the next base and win baseball games.
How's life been as a part of the Pirates organization post draft? So you mentioned before we got on air that you were in the Bridge League and now you just got called up to Bradenton. How's that whole process been like getting acclimated to professional baseball?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been here for about 4 weeks now. We signed on like the 21st of July. And then after that, we did some just camp stuff, just individual stuff for about a week and a half until the Bridge League picked up. And at first, they said I was going to be, stay down here for the remainder of the summer and just develop, get stronger, and, just get at bats. And then I ended up hitting pretty solid in the Bridge League through like 6 games. I was really hitting well, stealing bases, like playing my game. And they were just like, "You've been killing it here. We're going to promote you to Bradenton." And, I was really excited because I didn't really expect to be there yet this season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like since they brought on the Bridge League, I feel like a lot of recent draftees typically stay there for the remainder of the summer, maybe get a taste of affiliate ball. But that's awesome. How do you? I like to talk about the mental side of the game too, Dylan. How do you balance the mental side of the game? I mean, it's a long season. It's going to be a longer season for you than even college baseball now.
Right.
How do you balance, potentially going through droughts at the plate, or just the wear and tear of a long season?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I always trust God over everything in life. Like, no matter what, I know He has my back, and that I'm at peace with that. So, and just it's just a big confidence thing. Just always trying to be as confident as you possibly are, even when you're going through it. Just try not to let anyone see that you're any other player but what you are. So, I think confidence is just a huge thing to stay consistent, do the same routine every single day, but just wake up, go to the ballpark and just have the same approach and just be consistent every single day.
Has there been any major adjustment that you've noticed in your game since getting to professional baseball, whether that be swing adjustments, something that you've had to fix in the field, not even fix, but just kind of adapt to at the higher level?
Yeah, I mean, when I was at Pirate City, we were working on some swing changes, and kind of in game, they just kind of let me do what I do. Like I put the ball in play, run. So I mean, right now it's kind of just playing my game. They're not going to make anything huge adjustments until like instructs and the
Right.
fall. But yeah, I mean, they've just been letting me play my game. Like it's one thing to see somebody like in the practice field, you know, doing defense, taking BP, but it's I'm a gamer, so I play well in games. I'm consistent, and that's what you have to see.
Dylan, I'm curious. I don't mean to throw it back to your early years, but hockey, real quick. What kind of skills do you think translated from hockey to baseball? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think just my toughness, just being able to take a hit, just be on the attack, and just hand-eye coordination. I don't know why. I don't know if there's an actual correlation, but I feel like the hand-eye coordination of just seeing the puck fly all over the place, like being
Sure.
able to smack it down. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely helped, and just my conditioning in general. Just you're always tired on the ice, sprinting for a minute straight, like. So I think those are the things that have helped me out.
When it comes to defense, I know you played some middle infield, but it looks like you play a little bit of everywhere. Is there somewhere on the field you're more comfortable at, or do you embrace that utility role?
Yeah, I mean, I like to embrace the utility role. I mean, if I had to pick, I like being up the middle, second, short, center. I feel most comfortable there. But I played third all of the season, like the whole
Right.
season. I played third, and I can play left field. I can just pick up positions, just try to be as athletic as possible, and just try to pick it at anything up.
Dylan, have you had the chance to meet any of your fellow draft picks from the 2025 class? And if so, like, how has the camaraderie been early on so far?
Yeah, I mean, I've met everyone in the draft class. Everyone gets along really well. We've done some like team bonding stuff before they sent everybody out to the affiliates, but everyone's, great dudes, hardworking, and I think our draft class is gonna be really good.
Dylan, before we let you go here, this is your introduction to Pirates fans. Who are Pirates fans getting in Dylan Palmer as a baseball player?
Yeah, you're getting a winner. You're getting a dog on the field, someone who's just gonna show up every single day, be consistent, get on base, steal bases, and just be fun to watch. That's what I like to do. That's how I played since I was a kid. I'd like to wreak havoc on the bases, play good defense, and just make a lot of contact. So that's what I do.
Awesome. Love that. Well, Dylan, appreciate you joining us. Keep wreaking havoc on the bases down there in Bradenton and keep killing it. We're excited to watch your development over the next year.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates or the steak by the plate.